been a combination of things, whether it be in the first year that, they're with us or what have you. We've played some quality opponents. I think there's a lot that goes into it. But we, as a whole, and even Coach Jones talks about it as a team when we say, hey, we got to put together a complete game as a team. Every team shoots for that, offense, defense, special teams, and all that. Well, as a unit, for 5 of us to be all playing well, we got all 5 play solid. It's it's the Christmas tree that has one light out. The tree looks, it doesn't look so good. There's a light, it's out. Well, that's been on different occasions this year. We've had that happen where there's been a couple guys on just a given play, and it's not executed the way it should. It's not the physicality we need to play with and that kind of thing. But the guys have kept responding and coming back and working to correct things and that type of stuff. So the mindset's been what it needs to be. The execution hasn't been there like we needed it to.
What was the biggest benefit of the open day?
Just mentally getting a chance. At this point in the year, there's obviously the physical part that's taxing on your body, but I think there's also the mental part where I know for us as coaches and even as players, it's more of a mental refresher just to catch your breath, get a chance to get a start on the opponent you're playing, and, so to speak, recharge your batteries. I'm not saying that from a standpoint of, having to get jump-started, but just a chance to, this point in the season, we've been at it a long time, from last spring to summer to fall camp to all that, to just, everybody, the National Football League, you name it, they enjoy that time where they get a chance to, even if it's just a little bit of a weekend off, to live a normal life.
Back in August, you talked about your affection for this group and how you'd really like to have them sent out on the right note, if possible. I mean, obviously, there are plenty of reasons for wanting to go to a bowl game, but is that one of them to give some sort of good send-off for this group?
I think it's without a doubt deserving for a group of guys that from December to now that I've had a chance to be around that they're special in a number of ways, from how they can play the game, for their character, for their families, for what they've been through. I've had a chance to coach for quite a while now, and to really have a chance to step back and see what they've had to go through the course of time and change and all that. It's something for them. I think there's knowing them and their character and their work ethic and all that. I think they rewarding them for their efforts is something that I would love to see happen, and I think it's deserving for them.
You may have asked already, but what have you seen from Vanderbilt up front? They seem to be a bunch of different guys who do a bunch of different things and play pretty solid overall.
They are. They're a solid team. A team that we're obviously well aware of from the bowl game a few years ago. That I think that it's a lot like when I talk in terms of Missouri. I say it's a team that's, they're been in the system of what has been asked of them, the defensive system, the program, and what the expectations are, and it's just it's a product of doing it over and over and over, and the demands of what's being expected from them as a staff and all that, in which they're getting the results that they are, and which are positive, and they're playing good team defense together. They understand the scheme well. They don't make mistakes and hurt themselves, and so they present problems that way.
I guess that's becoming a more and more rare thing, I guess, in college football now, isn't it? With you got the same guys around the same place long enough to really have that kind of identity on either an offensive or defensive group, because it used to be commonplace, but I guess it isn't as much so now.
No, and that's the thing, is that's what we're obviously building for and wanting to have done here, is that the continuity, and it's been brought up over the past year about our staff and us being together for the time period that we've been. Now, it's some different places, but just the continuity of us together, and what we know what Coach Jones expects and demands of us and as of the players and the strength staff and the whole program, and that's something that's got to happen over time. Now, in this day and age, the time frame's short, and that's just that's the way it is. But it's something that we're building towards, and that's what we want to accomplish. So.
Do you sense a difference in the Nashville guys in this line this week with them playing against kind of the hometown team and state rival, or the same?
Their personalities are interesting. Again, and I've said it most of the year that, and I like it. I like it in the fact that I never see them too high. I never see them too low as a unit, nor as them individually. I think it's a combination of some of the things: maturity, experience, very businesslike. It's like, the first practice, I've always said it for years of maybe training camp or what have you. I want to see guys coming out way here, and then the next practice guys are dropping down here. I want guys to be consistent. So I think consistent's been the key. I think as we get closer to Friday night in the hotel, when we have our normal Friday night heart-to-heart talk just as a core unit, myself and all that, I think there's going to be some exchanges made between us as a group in terms of me really seeing the true side of them coming out of the importance of this game, because make no mistake about it, this is of the utmost importance this coming Saturday. And just as you mentioned, hitting home with them being Nashville, and also as well being seniors, and just how special a place this is, and Neyland Stadium and all that.